My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise-canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. As some of you may have known from recent updates, there's been a few changes lately as I have been pre-diabetic and kind of needing to make changes in my diet and exercise routine, so that's kind of why I've been away from doing many videos for a while, but decided I might get back to some old projects like I used to probably make with the screen going vertically. But since we have a horizontal screen now and a way to do it, I'm going to kind of rework on some of these projects. And you've seen the one I did on the nativity carving, but this is one where we're just going to make little holy families, because over the past year I've made a couple holy families, like one out of walnut, one out of sapelli. Just recently finished one from sassafras, made 2 new butternut angels, 2 new sassafras angels, 2 new redwood angels, and even finished that camel I was talking about in the last video I was going to make. Probably in the coming year, like I said, make some wise men to go with that. But we're going to currently get back to doing some holy families here, and since I had these pieces of redwood available, I decided to kind of get to working on one. And we'll have to make this short because my mom has ordered something from Cracker Barrel for the family that she needs me to go pick up in a little bit. She ordered it online, and and part of the deal is my brother and my niece are coming over tonight, so we kind of do this sort of thing for them, and I'll have to hurry and make this quick so that I can go over and pick that up later. But as for how this is going, we're kind of, you see how we got these little lines on the corner where we draw these lines, and we kind of carve along here like we did, just to remove what is beyond those lines. And that's probably all we're going to show for this right now as far as how we're getting started here. And this will probably be our new series on the making of the Holy Family. I kind of did the little figures separate the last time around, except for the places where they had certain little things in common about them, and probably was even trying to make 2 holy families at a time the last time around. But I've kind of learned that, it kind of messes up your concentration when with a project like this you try to make 2 at a time. So I'm kind of going down to the side, and I'll just make them 1 at a time, because, as you see, there's kind of a difference between Mary's shoulder line and hands than there is with Joseph's. So, if you try to do it too fast or do too many at once, you'll kind of miss that step. And I'd say there's little ways I'm going about this just to kind of make things work a little bit in the little long run for things. And I say that I've tried sometimes to learn how to try to carve a little slower so that I don't get the chips all over the place. And that's another thing I've tried to work on lately, because they do make quite the mess around here. Not all of them land in the pan. You could probably say the worst of them do, but not all of them. So that's the step I will take along this one today and get her done. And we got those little places taken off. There's a place here where we're going to work along Joseph here and work along him. I'll say that I'm coming to the point where like I'll tell you all, I'm used to my new diet and my exercise routine, and thankfully I have lost a few pounds over the past few weeks and really tried to really keep it all together. But I just would like to say sometimes, just sometimes, you know, things just get a little bit mislaid. I'd be a little more organized if I could, but it gets a little bit difficult here and there just to really be able to do so, and gets a little hard for us when we're working so hard trying to do what we want to do. And I say that I'm thankful that I can be back on today just to have a little something to demonstrate to you all on how I do, because these are my fun little projects. I love to work on them, and probably will say that, you know, we're hoping we're going to keep all this mess together. I mean, the fact that it's being hurried right now is for the reasons I just stated. I need to go and pick up an order that my mom left in a little while, and she kind of gave them the model of my car so that they'll bring it to my car when I go out. And so that's just kind of the best little way that I would say that that has worked. And for all things, I say that this little carving project is a little familiar to do with us, and make us see how light a little work can be when we motion our way through a little project. And I say these redwood chips, they can kind of go a little bit everywhere, but I say, you know, redwood and cedar, they're probably among the things that make good Christmas trees, just like little pine trees and fir trees do. I tell y'all that there's kind of this little mess we make when we do this, but there's been little times when sometimes these shavings could end up kind of going on to little intarsia projects, be like a little mess of wooden shavings to be like in the cage of an animal, you say. And I tell y'all that this is just kind of the thing where we see a little work coming along. Probably going to finish up in a little moment or two so I can be ready to go down and pick up the order. And probably tonight, while my brother and niece are over, I'm going to go to my Zumba class. That is just one of those things where I used to take Zumba classes in Richmond with my friends when I went there before the pandemic, but it kind of happened that things just kind of got to where the pandemic just made life hard enough when you're in your own hometown, and probably would make it even a little harder to travel. But got some good sales made from my porch. Last week a lady came by to purchase my Guanacoste whale that I made, and there was a certain young lady I told you about who I made a Cocker Spaniel for, and I showed it on here and showed the pictures on my Facebook page. And she met me at the Kroger down the street yesterday, which was, I'd say, where she came to pick it up from me, so, and make the exchange. She was so sweet, I tell y'all. She even left me a tip too. I only charged her so much, but she gave me twice as much as what I asked for. And I said to her, oh, I didn't think I was asking for that much. And she says, oh, but we just wanted you to have a little tip. I say that sometimes, just sometimes, a little energy can get us going a long way. I'm going to try to put this stuff aside. Probably got too close to the camera there with my lap, because I say that this has been some work that's taken a while and a long way, and I did actually kind of get the thing made out for this little thing about the manger. It was kind of carved from one piece of of redwood that was left over from angels, and there was another old piece of redwood I made Mary and Joseph out of, and I can give you more information about that when I have more time in another video. So I just want to say that I appreciate you all coming on to watch, keeping up with my health journey, encouraging me along the way, those of you all who have, because this has been quite the adventure. It's been quite a ways to go and quite a lot to do with me. I'll be back on soon, hopefully with the next part of this series. Take care and keep in touch. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.